of a nation, Colonel S.L.A. Marshall pointed at a troubling issue plaguing U.S. combat troops: overloading of equipment, hampering battlefield performance. While the ideal U.S. infantryman's combat load is not meant to exceed a third of their own body weight, the recent wars in Afghanistan and Iraq saw American infantry regularly carrying loads that exceeded 120 pounds. But what is all this extra equipment that the modern soldier is being asked to carry into combat? That's what we'll find out in this episode of the Infographic Show, the typical loadout of a U.S. Marine. First, overburdening is a serious concern for the U.S. military, with several studies having been undertaken on the combat effectiveness of troops carrying modern combat loads. Without exception, each study thus far has shown that extreme loads critically lower combat effectiveness, and in Afghanistan, the Taliban was known to refer to American and British soldiers as donkeys because of how overburdened each soldier was. In fact, NATO soldiers found it difficult to close with the enemy because of how much more mobile the insurgent fighter was. The U.S. Army Field Manual on Foot Marches dictates that an infantryman should carry a fighting load of no more than 48 pounds and a marching load no greater than 72 pounds. Yet modern, mission-critical equipment regularly pushes combat loads to over 100 pounds. So just what are US Marines carrying into combat nowadays? A Marine is not a Marine without his weapon, and the American Marine is equipped with the M4 carbine. A 5.56mm rifle, the M4 has a maximum range of 3,600 meters with a point target range of 500 meters and an area target range of 600 meters. The M4 has a muzzle velocity of 2,970 feet per second, giving it tremendous penetration power against body armor and a sustained firing rate of 12 to 15 rounds per minute with a maximum cyclical firing rate of 700 to 970 rounds per minute. Together with one 30-round magazine, the M4 weighs in at 7 pounds 5 ounces. A US Marine's M4 is typically equipped with a PAC-4 or similar laser for use with their night vision, and an ACOG scope to aid with naked eye targeting. Always ready for a close quarters fight, US Marines still carry bayonets for use in conjunction with their rifle or on their own, along with the legendary K-bar knife. On his person, a Marine carries a variety of gear. Depending on climate, they are equipped with a suitable camouflage uniform made of extremely durable and air-breathing fabrics. Also, depending on the type of enemy they may be facing, their uniform may be adorned with a patch of infrared tape on the left sleeve for aid in identification with night vision equipment. Although, if facing a more modern foe, the tape will likely not be worn as it could also be seen by the enemy. A pair of tactical gloves, knee and elbow pads, and sun, sand, and dust goggles round out the environmental protection equipment each individual Marine carries. While available for decades, for the first time in history, US Marines are all equipped with body armor. Today's variant is known as the Interceptor Body Armor System and consists of a Kevlar weave vest with 2 ceramic inserts. The vest itself is rated to stop a 9mm round, and the additional ceramic plate inserts are each rated to stop 3 hits from up to a 762mm round. Altogether, the body armor and plates weigh a minimum of 16.4 pounds, but additional inserts and modular add-ons, such as leg, groin, and neck protectors, can vastly increase that weight. To protect their heads, the American Marine is equipped with the Advanced Combat Helmet. Capable of stopping a variety of lower-end calibers, the ACH provides protection from small-caliber weapons and shrapnel, and unlike helmets of the past, is smaller and rides higher on a Marine's head to improve their ability to see and hear on the battlefield. Each ACH comes with a night vision mount for quick and easy deployment of each Marine's personal night vision equipment, the PVS-14 or PVS-7. As a monocular device, the PVS-14 is vastly preferred over and is phasing out the PVS-7, which covers both eyes. Having one eye adjusted to nighttime conditions allows the Marine a faster reaction time in case they have to remove their night vision, avoiding temporary blindness as eyes slowly adjust to the total dark. Both night vision devices work in conjunction with the PAC-4 laser system to provide for accurate fire even in pitch black. On the Marine's body armor, each infantryman is typically loaded down with a minimum of 180 additional rounds of ammunition, bringing a total combat load to 210 rounds. 30 rounds always loaded in their rifle, and the rest on ammo pouches worn on the body. While most Marines wear the standard issue Mole load-bearing vest, some opt for personally bought equipment that they may find more comfortable individually. Along with 180 rounds of ammunition, American Marines will typically carry a minimum of 1 fragmentation grenade, but might carry up to 6. The M67 fragmentation grenade has a 4 to 5 second fuse and can explode steel fragments over a 15-meter area, causing 50% casualties within a 5-meter area. Varying on mission length and type, Marines will at minimum carry 64 ounces of water in 2 one-quart canteens, as well as an additional 100 ounces of water worn on camelbacks the Marine carries on their back. A second bladder of water is typically carried inside the Marine's assault rucksack, along with 2 meals ready to eat or MREs, a folding knife or multi-tool, plastic flex cuffs for detaining personnel, a compass, a flashlight, and a basic first aid kit round out gear typically worn directly on the body. Inside a US Marines combat ruck, though, you'll find additional equipment to support prolonged combat operations. This can include a 500 milliliter intravenous fluids bag and delivery kit for emergency care, a poncho and bivy sack to keep sleeping bags dry, additional socks and undershirts, a personal hygiene kit, sling rope, and the all-important weapon cleaning kit to keep their rifle serviced and well-maintained. If that's not enough, however, a US Marine may be deployed with an additional main rucksack for long-term or extended operations. This rucksack typically carries the Marine sleeping bag, even more undershirts and socks, cold weather gear such as knit caps and polypropylene underwear, additional MREs, and of course, even more ammunition, typically an additional 210 rounds. While this rounds out the typical US Marines loadout, each Marine can be equipped with specialized support equipment. Marines operating in urban environments may find themselves carrying a lockpick, bolt cutters, collapsible riot baton, hooligan tool, i.e. a specialized crowbar, and or a sledgehammer. Most Marines will also carry a collapsible entrenching tool or E-tool, no matter the mission, basically a small shovel. The E-tool is handy for digging hasty fighting positions, but doubles as a brutally effective close quarters weapon. Marines may also carry the M18 Claymore mine. Named after the medieval era sword, the Claymore has been in operation since 1960 and features a layer of C4 explosive embedded with 700 3.2mm steel pellets. Triggered either by remote or via trip wire, the Claymore explodes in a 60-degree arc and shoots steel pellets in a cone 2 meters high and 50 meters wide, lethal up to 250 meters. Marines may also carry the M141 SMAWD bunker defeat munition, a single-shot bazooka-style weapon designed to destroy hardened bunkers or small buildings. In a pinch, the M141 can be extremely effective against lightly armored vehicles, but would likely be defeated by all but the thinner top turret armor of most modern tanks. The American Marine is equipped for a variety of missions, giving US ground forces unmatched flexibility. Yet with heavy standard loads that don't take into account even more specialized equipment, such as laser target designators or bulky communications equipment, US Marines and soldiers are increasingly finding it more and more difficult to keep pace with less equipped and much more mobile enemies such as the Taliban. While a variety of Department of Defense programs are currently looking at ways to minimize the weight a US infantryman carries into battle, it's likely that the United States will continue to ask its soldiers and Marines to